Hello everyone, back again. Another session of the technical discussions on how to save fuel and how to increase the life of our engine. So today we are going to talk about the engines and a little bit discussion on that. As I told you last day that I have been riding the Himalayan and getting an amazing performance out of the engines. So today I give you a small demo on the details about the engine. So let us hit the bike and I'll just show you a few things. So this is the engine that we are talking about, and the major parts of the engines are the cylinder, which is this part, which contains the piston inside, and which has the reciprocatory motion, which is basically the up and down motion of the piston. With this motion, the piston further down inside is connected with the crankshaft through the connecting rod, which through the gearbox, speed getting transmitted, the wheels are also moving. The pistons are changing the reciprocatory motion of the piston to the circulatory motion of the wheels. We have two sets of valves here. One is the inlet and one is the outlet. So when we talk about engine strokes, we do talk about it, but we do not have much understanding about the engine strokes. About the strokes, let me explain it to you. We have a 2-stroke engine and we have a 4-stroke engine. So what is this 4-stroke engine for? So the 4-stroke of the engines are the induction, the compression, the power and the exhaust. So let us understand the strokes in detail. During the induction stroke, what happens is the piston from the top, it goes down to the bottom dead center, creating a suction here, opening the inlet valves. So the inlet valve opens and the fuel-air mixture is pulled inside. Next comes the compression. In the compression, the piston from the bottom dead center comes up to the top dead center. Both the valves remain closed in that case. So the whole fuel-air mixture is compressed. The third comes the power stroke. In the power stroke, we have the spark plug here. The spark plug, it ignites. It ignites the fuel-air mixture and the gases are formed. So it expands inside. During the power stroke, the piston now is pushed down again. And the fourth, the exhaust stroke, now the piston comes back again to the top. The inlet remains closed, the exhaust remains open, and the exhaust gases are pushed out from the exhaust valve via the exhaust pipe and it is given out. In the 4-stroke, the advantage is in the 4 movements of the piston in one cycle, half the movement is taken care of by the fuel and the remaining half with the momentum of the piston moving up and down. This gives us a little bit more economy, we can say, where in case of wheel rotation and moving of the crankshaft. But compared to a 2-stroke engine, here the four strokes are comprised and they're compacted into only 2 strokes and combined. So what happens is the 2-stroke engines usually gives us the power. But when it comes to economy, it is always the 4-stroke engine which gives us the economy. Now when selecting an engine, you need to be thinking ahead, plan ahead. You want a 2-stroke engine, you want more power or you want more economy, so go for a 4-stroke engine. Most of the engines today, it is of 4-stroke engine. And during this whole process, the engine generates a lot of heat, which has to be cooled down. Now these engines, the piston engines which we are using in the motorbikes, it is all an air-cooled engine and which is designed to produce the maximum power at the sea level. All internal combustion engines. Internal combustion because all the combustion of the fuel air is having inside the cylinder. The cylinder here, these things are the fairings in the cylinder. So during the ride, the airflow moves through these channels and basically it carries out the heat, cooling the engine. A little bit of love, a little bit of care, a little bit of smart driving, and no additional expenses, no additional attachments. We have a good bike, we have a lovely bike, and we have a healthy engine. Practice it, do it for yourself, start loving your bike. I'll catch up again very soon with the next thing when we talk about the carburetors. What is the function of the carburetor and why the carburetor is used. We'll talk about it. Till then, thank you very much. Keep following us, keep subscribed to us, and see you soon again. Bye-bye.